Hello heroes, I'm Rachel Hernandez. I'm the communications manager here at VetComm, and we're excited to announce that thanks to our partnership with Veterans InfoTap here on YouTube, we're now going to be able to connect you with his videos and bring you even more great content. What can we expect to see in 2026's cost of living increase? There's a few forecasts out there that project a 2.2% cost of living adjustment next year. Veterans InfoTap talks about factors that could affect this forecast, like tariffs and policy changes. He also touches on the Social Security Overpayment Act. Have a listen.
Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans InfoTap. I'm glad you made it. Let's talk about COLA, the cost of living adjustment. Now, look, I get it. The numbers that will be utilized for that calculation come out July, August, and September. Those 3 months are what is analyzed and then gives us our actual COLA. However, everything that we're looking at today is giving us a projection. It's giving us an idea of where we are headed with regard to CPI. So with that, let's jump into it. I want to throw on a very special thank you to Gerald American. I'm guessing that that's a play on American because there's a G. Thank you, brother. I truly appreciate your support, Gerald, so much. Thank you very much. And by the way, a great mustache, brother. It's a good one. So I hope you see this. And if you don't, sorry, I'm trying here. So Gerald American, thank you so much for your support. All right, so let's jump into this. The latest information on CPI information that we can look at. Remember, new administration, new thing, a lot of things going on. Let's see what's going to happen with CPI, inflation, all that type of stuff to try to figure out what we can project and forecast as far as a COLA is concerned. So the February numbers, so for February of 2025, that information just came out for CPI on March 12th. The numbers that are used specifically within the CPI overall is the CPI-W, which is the urban index, the urban wage earners and clerical workers index of the consumer price index. So there has been calls to utilize a different indice called the CPI-E, which is the consumer price index for elderly, which actually would warrant a slightly higher cost of living adjustment. But in any case, we're working with the CPI-W. And again, that was released on March 12th. It was 312, so 312.460 is 1.2% above the fiscal year 2025 baseline, which was 308.729, 308.729. March 2025 figures will be announced April 10th. Now, let's jump into some information here on an article from 401k Specialist. This just came out March 12th, 2025. I'm sharing it with you here today. So please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I truly appreciate it. Every thumbs up, every minute watched helps to spread the information so we're actually aware of what's happening and what's going on. Again, this is going to be a projection. We'll get to the projection of what the COLA would look like if we're basically using today's data. And every month it's going to change a little bit, but it gives us a good indication. All right, so this is going to be an updated 2026 Social Security COLA forecast. And remember that the VA utilizes the Social Security's COLA, the cost of living adjustment, and they just mirror it. Every year there's a piece of legislation that goes in that allows the VA to just copy it. Now, predictions are from the Senior Citizens League and retired analyst Mary Johnson align after today's new CPI-W data released, again, which was March 12th. So, according to newly updated forecasts from both the Senior Citizen League and retired Social Security and Medicare analyst Mary Johnson, American Social Security beneficiaries are on track for a 2.2% cost of living adjustment for 2026. I'll say it again, 2.2% increase is what we're looking at today. You know, basically, if it was to bottle up and do it today, there's going to be movement along the way. This is just a forecast, a projection, if you will. Now, if you have any sort of Medicare needs or questions, utilize Chapter. Chapter is a great free service for anything with regard to Medicare, whether it's because you are of age or you're looking at Medicare Advantage or once you get into your Medicare open enrollment as well. So take advantage of that. I'll drop the link in here as well in the description and the comments. All right, so The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported this morning that the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, from which the next year's COLA is determined, increased 2.7% over the last 12 months, down 3% last month. The Senior Citizens League's updated projection or prediction of 2.2% COLA is 0.3 percentage points lower than the official 2025 COLA of 2.5. And it makes a modest decrease from its previous forecast, which stood at a 2.3% in February. So it's a downward trend now. It's important to remember that these forecasts are preliminary and subject to change, as the official COLA, cost of living adjustment, is determined by the Social Security Administration each October. So October is when they get the September, the final month in that last quarter of the fiscal year, numbers in. So then they'll have July, August, and September. In October, they will release it. This is, again, based on the third quarter of the actual calendar year CPIW data. The actual COLA for 2026 will depend on inflation trends throughout 2025, and the Social Security Administration is expected to officially announce it by October 15th, 2025. Look, we're all looking for a pay raise, a bump in our disability compensation, as well as Social Security. And we'll keep an eye on this every month here as we get closer to the months that actually count. So Johnson bumps the estimate up slightly. Longtime COLA forecaster Mary Johnson also updated her 2026 forecast today. There's a quotation here. It says, "My long-range estimate for the 2026 COLA based on latest CPIW data is now 2.2%, about 0.1% higher than I forecasted last month," Johnson said. But the year-over-year rate of inflation in February for the CPIW is now up 2.7%, meaning our 2.5% COLA that we received for 2025 is falling behind real inflation. Wonderful. Johnson noted that, in fact, the average rate of inflation over the past 12 months has come down based on published CPI data. I suspect this may result in another yo-yo up day on Wall Street until tariff uncertainty pulls the rug out tomorrow, she said. As far as our COLA goes, Social Security recipients are falling behind, but the uncertainty around Social Security is getting far worse. Based on recent events, Johnson added that she is no longer forecasting the lowest inflation in more than a decade. There is growing concern that President Trump's recent escalation of tariffs could exert upward pressure on inflation. These tariffs, targeting goods from Canada, Mexico, and China, are expected to increase manufacturing costs, potentially leading to higher consumer prices. While inflation had been on a downward trend, recent policy developments, particularly the implementation of new tariffs, have introduced factors that may contribute to a resurgence in inflationary pressures in 2025. So clawbacks coming? Well, that's the bold print here. In its release today, the Senior Citizens League also noted that the Trump administration announced a new policy to ratchet up Social Security Administration efforts to collect overpaid Social Security benefits. Remember, the VA did this not too long ago with pensions. Starting on March 27th, seniors receiving accidental overpayments will have 100% of their future benefits withheld until they've paid back all of their overpayments. So that is hard, especially when you're talking about living paycheck to paycheck and on a fixed income. So it says 100% of the future benefits withheld until they've paid back all taxpayer money. This rule, which reverses a Biden-era policy that withheld the greater of 10% or $10, will only take effect on overpayments that occur after March 27th. Okay, so at least it's that occur after March 27th. Could have been worse. According to its agency financial reports, the Social Security Administration collected an average of $4.2 billion, that's with a B, $4.2 billion in overpayments per year from fiscal years 2017 to 2023. Meanwhile, it ran an average balance of $22.8 billion in uncollected overpayments during the same period. Quotation here, "It's our duty to revise the overpayment repayment policy back to full withholding as it was during the Obama administration and the first Trump administration to properly safeguard taxpayer funds, said Lee Dudek, acting commissioner of the Social Security Administration, in a press release issued March 7th. The Senior Citizens League executive director, Shannon Benton, said the government should consider giving seniors more time to return overpaid benefits before it starts withholding Social Security checks. Social Security beneficiaries currently have 30 days from being notified of being overpaid to return funds before the government begins withholding benefits. Look, for many of us, not all, but many of us, we know and recognize when we've received an overpayment. Don't think it's not going to get noticed. You will get no pay dues. For example, a reservist or National Guard member receiving VA benefits and receiving their money from their drill and National Guard time, you can't collect all of it, so you're going to have to pay back some of it. All right, moving on. The Social Security Overpayment Act, which the Senior Citizen League noted was introduced in the previous Congress but failed to pass, would extend this window to 120 days and provide valuable relief for seniors. There's a last quotation here. While the Senior Citizens League believes overpayments on Social Security benefits should be recouped, we feel it is important that beneficiaries not face undue pressure from an immediate 100% reduction in benefits, Benton said. All right, so with that, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you so very much. Have a great one, and remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an update from us here at VetComm, and we'll see you next time.